I'm trying to see if TNT has
Yes,
rush.
everybody. We are back live in the building. Apologies for the technical difficulties. But as you can see, we have a very special guest in the building, and my boy Mert, the founder of Anfield Club. You guys have seen him before on the channel, but this is the first time, right, for a watch along.
Yeah, first time ever. So fingers crossed it goes well. Unfortunately, it's not for Liverpool. I don't know why I'm
Yeah,
looking at the Nike badge,
yeah,
but it's not for
yeah, yeah,
Liverpool.
yeah.
But yeah,
It's
no, we've
still,
got
yeah,
two
it's
great
gonna be
matches
great.
here. So let's see.
Awesome. Guys, could you please let us know if you can hear Mert? Okay, that's the number one. If you could just speak for a little bit, maybe say who you're supporting between the two matchups, and let's see if they can hear you, because that's really important. The match is 1 minute. Yeah, I'm gonna get the timer ready. Mert, could you just say a few words so
Hmm.
that we can see? And
Okay, testing. Basically, it's got two big matches here: Barcelona, Dortmund. I'll be honest, Dortmund's not looking the best in the Bundesliga, so I do see Barcelona winning. And
mm-hmm.
PSG Villa, they might challenge PSG more than we do. You never know about Aston Villa,
Yeah.
especially when it's at their ground. But I do see PSG beating them. But yeah, hopefully everyone can hear me. Let me know down
Yes,
below
I
if we
see
can.
that people can hear you. Awesome. And your mic
Amazing,
sounds great too. Let's
fantastic.
freaking go! I'm so hyped for you to be in the building. It's the first time I'm doing a watch along where I've done it with like friends and mates and things like that, but never like this. So I'm hyped to see how it goes.
Nice, brilliant. And because we're neutral, well, actually, I don't know if you're neutral, but I'm neutral for both games. I'm going to be analysing it like, sports journalist vibes. Whereas when it's Liverpool, we're
Yeah.
just got emotion and passion. Whereas now we can kind of sit back and, not be too attached to any of the matches. Are you supporting a certain team for any of the matches?
No, I mean, I feel exactly the same as you, and it was the same as yeah. Like I was getting
Hmm.
some hate on stream yesterday when I got hyped for the Declan Rice goals, but I was telling people like, bro, as Liverpool fans, we don't like Real Madrid, we don't like Arsenal. When you see a moment of genius like that, can you not just appreciate? Like at the end of the day, we love football. No?
You have to be happy for Declan, man. And just the finishes were insane. Like two direct free kicks like that. And look, to be honest, Real Madrid did not play well at all. Like we beat them this season, Arsenal beat them, but could they do what we done against Barcelona in the Champions League and come back? Let's see. But didn't look good in the first leg for Real Madrid.
Yeah. But you never know, honestly, with them. You never know. All right, and guys, just as a heads up, because sorry we started a little late. I'm getting the timer ready, by the way. Borussia Dortmund got the game kicked off. The plan
Hmm.
is for you, right, to be more focused on the PSG Villa game, if that's cool, and I'll be
Yeah,
more focused on the Dortmund Barca one, and uh,
amazing.
and that way I think we can. Because I find it hard. I don't know about you. Like a lot of people watch multiple games at the same time. I struggle to do that personally.
Yeah,
Like,
I don't know if TNT's got a goal rush, but it's fine. I'll watch the PSG game. You can watch the Barcelona Dortmund. And guys, this is our mini sort of Sky Sports news vibe. So
yeah.
let us know what you think. Got
And
two big
guys,
matches.
let us know in the building as well. Let us know in the building who you're supporting out of the clubs tonight and which game you're more focused on. I see you guys want to start a poll, but I don't know who the poll for which of the two games the poll would be around. Bro, I just get excited anytime I watch Barca because they do play beautiful football. When you look at some of the young or like the likes of Yamal and Pedri, they really have that fearlessness about them.
Yeah, PSG Villa's kicked off as well.
Dortmund and Aston Villa is who you're supporting, Fishy. So the under Aston Villa and Barca. Look, everybody's kind of saying different. Everybody's kind of saying different. Let me see if I could bring in the ball movement. Let me see where I could potentially move it to. Hold on. But that would be from the other game. Hold on. Yeah, it would be from this game. But yeah, bro, I do have to hear your reaction though on the Salah news
Oh,
because we,
100%.
yeah, yeah, because we were so. I at least was stressed just about the technical issues. But bro,
Mm,
how did it feel when you saw that Salah news when it broke?
I was over the moon because I saw it first from Fabrizio, so I knew it wasn't like anything fake. So, ah, fantastic news. And you know what? If anyone looks back at our previous lives that we've done with Jamie from Football Story as well,
Yeah,
Leo and Jamie, they said Salah and Virgil is going to stay, and Trent looks like he's going to leave. You both called it. Maybe I was too optimistic. I wanted all three to stay, but you know what? If I had to pick, I would have said Salah to stay, Virgil to stay, and Trent to move on if he wishes. So I'm over the moon personally, but we still need to spend big this summer. I think this summer's make or break for us, but I'm happy to hear your thoughts as well.
Yeah, no, but by the way, you guys, I'm gonna put the ball movement because I see some of you guys are asking. Let me know if you can see it. I put it at the top right, okay? Let me know if you can see it. And if you want to think too, Daily Aura asks, nice to see you in the building. Said side bets, which player is scoring first? Guys, everybody in the building, let's see if anybody can get it right of any of the 4 games. Who will score first? I'm gonna go for Lewandowski. What about you?
I'm watching the PSG and Dembele had the long shot, but it's gone wide. But
You have to think from the 2 games. Who's going to score first? Guys, everybody in the building, I want to see if anybody's able to get it.
I think PSG is going to be the first goal scorer out of all the games first.
Okay, PSG, and who's going to score for PSG?
I think Doué is going to score for PSG.
Ooh, he's a baller. Desire Doué. Bro, he is so good. But no, the only thing I would say, Mert, is it's true. I said that when we were on live before, and I kind of believe that. The only thing where I was stressed about the Salah news is I was always confident that Virgil would stay because he's our captain, and because I feel like center backs can play till an older age. My only concern with Salah would be the fact, like I was saying on stream just a moment earlier, is the fact that Michael Edwards, the way he runs things in the club, they put all emotion aside. Like they won't care, I don't think, about Salah. Oh, Lamine Yamal with a shot, but it's saved. But yeah, I don't think that they care about what he's done in the past. They're that ruthless, I think, where they're only thinking, if we offer him this amount per week, is it genuinely worth it? Like in terms of investment wise, they don't think anything else. And that's where I was a bit stressed, where FSG could think that maybe his numbers are replaceable in another way, but clearly the answer is no, and that's why he's decided to stay. Or no, sorry, he wanted to stay. Why they decided to give him his cash.
Exactly, and I'm really happy he's staying. We need him, even if he's the leader vibe as time goes on. I don't know how long this contract extension is going to be for, but for all we know, Nunes or Jota, or Nunes and Jota might leave in the summer. So that leaves question marks of Liverpool need a striker. We didn't want to add right wing to that equation as well, because it looks like we're going to spend more than we have in previous summers. So
much more.
Yeah, we got to keep our best players, and we're going to buy a right back if Trent does leave. It's a high chance. And 100%. Left back. And I was talking about Kirkes. What's happened?
No, just Lamine Yamal, bro, is on fire. He nearly scored like a Messi-esque goal where he got through 2 players in the box and then it's just wide of the post.
Wow. I'll update you then. Vitinha just had a shot outside the box, but right into Martinez's hands. Right now, Dembele is just causing havoc down that wing. But yeah, looks like 5 minutes in, it's more PSG right now from this game.
More PSG. I feel like we're doing like it's so much fun. I feel like I grew up like, no, what do they call it in the UK where it's like they have different correspondents? Is there a name for it?
I think they just call it reporters, but Sky Sports does that where they flick into channels.
Yeah,
it's cool.
But yeah, I think a lot of us were wondering too with Connor Bradley. Do you think he's ready to step up to be our starting right back if he is to be next season?
I think that's a great question. I think he is, but my only question mark is his fitness, because we've seen that he tends to get a knock every now and then. So if I'm Arne Slot and the Liverpool camp, I'm buying a right back and just trying to integrate who I think is the number one, But Connor Bradley fit, yes, but look, Joe, go. Whoa, what's happened?
Just they're so close to scoring. Barca. Lewandowski just hit it. And it's saved by Kobel. Oh my, bro, they're so rapid on the attack, Barcelona. Like they are on it tonight. I'm telling you, they're scoring first in that game.
Yeah, as I was saying, Joe Gomez, if fit, I think he's a perfect backup for Connor Bradley. Can slot into centre back, but in injuries, it's a if but maybe dilemma. So I think we need to buy a right back that's fit. But Leo, who is that? I'm trying to think who's like right back, who is on the market.
I mean, what do you think of Frimpong, we've been linked with him for quite a while, and he has a pretty cheap release clause given the market. Bro, Kobel is gonna get man of the match. Is the prediction now?
Frimpong, I like him, but do we not think he's very offensive? Like
He's a
Jurgen
wing
Klopp
back.
style,
Yep.
okay.
Yep.
But Slot, have you noticed our fullbacks
Yeah.
are a lot more, as opposed to Klopp having them up and down. So let us know in the comments, guys. I wouldn't
Yeah.
mind Frimpong, but Slot has to definitely tailor what Frimpong was. Well, Kvaratskhelia, they're appealing Dembele. Dembele, great shot. Martinez, brilliant save again.
Oh,
I'm saying Martinez has been in full action so far.
he's a character. Yo, Olivia, nice to see you, Olivia and Sunny in the building. Both of these games looking interesting already. 100%, 100%. Yes, critical edits. It's in the plans. Haven Jotaku says I'm supporting PSG because some of them made fun of me because we lost to them, and I can't wait to see them get battered. Wait, but then you're not supporting PSG. Haven't you a clue? Then you're not. Oh, here, Tommy, with a question. I think quite a few people are wondering this too. If Barca get knocked out, do you think, and let's say Real Madrid get knocked out, do you think Salah's Ballon d'Or dream is still on? Because neither of those favorites would win the Champions League.
I think so. Especially if we win the Premier League, which, fingers crossed, I'm
Yeah.
not that guy. It's already sealed until it's mathematically done. But I think so, because what we're all thinking about is if a team wins, for example, the La Liga
Yeah.
and the Champions League, then one of their players is going to win the Ballon d'Or. It's how it works. But if a team wins a league and not the Champions League as well, then it's up in the open, I think. So
Yep.
fingers crossed. I would love for a Liverpool player to win the Ballon d'Or. I haven't seen that like in my lifetime, so that'd be insane.
That would be so insane. South Africa in the building. Shout out. I want Barca and PSG. Veggies is going for the favorites.
Wow, that'd be
Damn.
crazy. PSG Barcelona.
PSG. Yeah, to be fair, if PSG win the Champions League, then you'd have to say one of their attackers, like a Dembele, could be in with a shout as well.
Oh, that's
Think
a
about
very
it.
good shout.
Because they've already won the Ligue 1. Like, they've already won the French league.
Yeah.
Yeah, Leon, it's in the works. Remember me from yesterday from Zambia. Yes, big up in the building. Why
Kvaratskhelia
sick?
in the box, skilling up the players. It's all PSG right now.
All PSG.
But yeah,
And-
they're
and-
utilising their wingers.
Yeah, and in the Barca game, it's all Barca. But Dortmund is that kind of team where they could just soak in the pressure and score out of nowhere. So it's really anything's possible. No, so Deliora, I'm focusing on the Barca Dortmund game, and Mert is focusing on the PSG Villa game. Wait, is Rashford is starting right for Villa?
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
the striker, if I'm not mistaken. Right
Whoa, okay. Damn.
Big responsibility.
Oh yeah. So they're playing 4-2-3-1. It says on FOMO at least.
That's it.
Damn.
Players like Ollie Watkins, Asensio, all on the bench, but they can utilise them if need be. But yeah, PSG on paper, they look like a crazy team. But if someone's going to do it for Villa, right now it's looking like a Rashford or a Morgan Rogers, but you never know.
Thomas Tuchel. Damn, haven't just a clue. Big up. If you had to predict right now, who do you think's winning the Champions League?
I think PSG, the way they beat us, it
Skilly.
made me think, okay, they haven't won it before. They've secured their league title. There is nothing stopping them of going for this Champions League. They're going to give it their absolute all, and they
True.
haven't got the pressures of the league now. That's all wrapped up. So, if I have to predict, I would say PSG. What about you?
Damn. It's so hard to predict. I think I'd have to say Barcelona.
Mm.
But I mainly say that because the one thing with PSG is, yes, they were good defensively against us, but I don't think we, unfortunately, were at our best on the attacking side of things. I don't feel like we created too many problems for them. You know, like even in the first, like I was at that game, the amount of times where we had counter-attacking opportunities and we were just so poor, where like Lucho would pick it up, just lose possession. Like the amount of times where there was space and we did nothing with it, and that's just what makes me think against a team whose attackers are in form, who can punish them, that it could be a side of PSG that we haven't seen yet in the Champions League, you know?
I agree. I'm looking forward to it though. I feel like it is
Could be a
one of the
final.
most unpredictable Champions Leagues
Oh, yeah.
I've seen. So it could even be Arsenal. We don't want to say it.
Oh,
but
God, no. No, no, no.
we
I was-
wouldn't hear the end of it, you know, guys.
Oh,
So,
God.
yeah, we would not hear the end.
No,
of it.
no
Even
one
though
would
we
be
won it
talking
6
about...
times.
Nobody would be talking about us winning our 20th league title if it happened at around the same time. Ooh. Nobody's saying Bayern can win it. Well, they just lost 2-1 at home to Inter, so Inter look much more likely to go through.
Yeah, no, I think so.
But I think probably not enough people are talking about Inter. I know people that like Inter in the Champions League, they've proven that they're not a team that will concede many, and you know that always gives you a chance over 2 legs to go through.
Yeah. Now they look very solid for sure, but I just feel like other teams have got more firepower, but they can use this underdog route to their advantage. But I don't know. No one's really talking about Inter Milan, but they could surprise a few. You never know.
Yeah, it really is unpredictable.
I'm looking at PSG's fullbacks, seeing Nuno Mendes, Hakimi. It's
God.
making me think, wow, Liverpool need to get back into that status because Robertson and
Absolutely.
Trent in their primes or whenever they were
Unbelievable.
killing the league. When you've got 2 fantastic fullbacks, it's a different story.
Ah, it's offsides. Gurasi could have had almost nearly a tap in, but it's offsides. I mean, Kerkez, I see quite a few of you guys mentioned Kerkez tonight. I would love him. You talk about desire, energy, having legs. He has all of that, which Robbo has less of just with age, you know, and how much he's had to run under Klopp.
I was seeing a stat that Robertson hasn't got a Premier League assist this season.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That blew
It's
my
crazy.
mind. I didn't even know that.
It's crazy. And you know, I was saying the other day that if I had to personally predict which left back will leave, because 100% one will leave. There's no way we're gonna have 3 senior left backs. That just wouldn't make sense. My personal prediction is that Robbo will leave just because he has 1 year left on his deal. His current contract ends in the summer of 2026. So I just don't see us losing him on a free when he would be a backup anyways by next season, so that we could at least get, let's say, £15 million this summer. We could reinvest it. Whereas Costas, if he stays as a backup, we don't have to offer him a new contract, and he's still valid till 2027. You know?
I hear that. No, dude, but I'm just thinking.
Even if
like,
Robbo's leadership is important, but
yeah, where could Robbo go though? That's what I always try to think of.
Celtic is what's being mentioned.
It makes sense. It makes sense. Well, look, ideally, I would love to keep Robbo just because obviously experienced, and I think.
But then you'd lose him on a
easy
free.
rotation.
You'd lose him on a free.
I would take that, you know, and just have like him leaving on a high, if that makes sense, because we bought him for 8 million. It's not a matter of know. So I would take that personally, and then offload to Simicast. It's a tough decision. But that's what I would go for. What are we thinking in the comments? Because I feel like that is a spread debate. There's no clear answer there.
It's true too that Costas could probably get us a bigger fee as well. Since we're gonna go big this summer, we're gonna try to get fees anywhere we can. You know.
Exactly.
I don't think I knew a big Barca fan. I like Liverpool like 5 or 10% for. Sonny, are you on a new account? Wait, Sonny, you're in a new account? Bro, there's so many duplicate accounts. PSG are dominating Villa.
They are. It's all PSG right now. Matty Cash just conceded a foul. He's got a yellow card. And yeah, PSG set piece.
Film the Coventry match. Isn't the manager of Coventry right now Lampard? Right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and they were on a run. I think they won 8 in a row or something.
Yeah,
Crazy.
I don't know what they're doing currently, to be fair, but there was a period where Lampard was on everyone's headlines. He was doing the Klopp fist pumps as well
Oh,
to the Coventry fans.
ooh, it's cleared. It's gonna be a corner for Barca. Big up Will X Edits. Thank you for the super chat. Who says hi? I got a new member badge. Big up Will X. I think that means maybe a year anniversary. Big up. I want W's in the building. Who says how do I watch in the UK? Which
TNT
channel?
Sports.
TNT?
TNT Sports for the ones in the UK. But I'll recommend staying on Leo's goals because it's better there for coverage, personally.
Yeah, but at least seeing the game, he wants to be able to see it.
Yeah, TNT.
You'll get. What do you think about Di Lorenzo for right back? Says for King. Isn't he a left back though? Maybe he's versatile, but still.
I think he's one of them players that can play both, possibly. I don't know about Di Lorenzo too much like that, but Serie A proven means that you are a good defender. Even like Dumfries, maybe. You know, he's got that Dutch.
But he's a
with
bit
Van
older.
Dijk, Gakpo.
He's like 28,
He is a
29,
bit
I think. Yeah.
Yeah. How old is Di Lorenzo?
Would you like Jimenez as a striker? I think he's a bit old, Jimenez. He doesn't even start week in, week out for Fulham, so I don't think I'd take Jimenez. I'd rather Liam Delap. Did you see? He could be available for £30 million this summer, which is a decent fee for him.
He's a good player, to be fair, and it does look like Ipswich are going to go down. I don't know. Let's see, because I do like the aspect of Liverpool buying players and then making them better. Like, I don't remember the last time we bought an established player. Maybe Thiago, if I'm stretching it, although he's at the latter stages of his career. But it is screaming Isak, but will we break the bank like that? I've never seen it. I saw it with Van Dijk, Alisson, but that's when we sold Coutinho for a crazy amount. So, What do you think, Leo? Will we break the bank? I haven't seen it in a while.
I think it's not even. I think it might even just not even be about us. Where if Newcastle get Champions League football, which I think they will, because top 5 gets Champions League football, then Newcastle will be in no. They'll have no reason to sell because he still, I think, has 3 years. So for them, I think their POV is we want to keep him, and the only way I think he'd leave at that stage is if he piles pressure to leave, like a transfer request. But I don't think he would do that if they qualified for Champions League.
I agree.
You know what I mean? So it seems unlikely. The one I would love is Julian Alvarez.
Yeah, you know what?
He's incredible. He's incredible.
And it would be cool that ex-Man City now back in the Premier League. That would be very cool. Liam Delap maybe could be more realistic, but
I feel like he could be more of a. Let's say Jota and Darwin leave this summer. It would be good to bring in someone like Delap as a squad option. You know what I mean? Because if we'd be letting go 2 of our strikers, we'd probably need to bring 2 in. You know, unless he feels like. I know all of us in the building freaking love Jaden Dance, so maybe he could be the backup, but I don't know if he's ready. Because he's been injured. I think
whenever he's played, he's looked good. But the step up, can we risk it?
Yep.
I don't know if we can risk that.
Leo Isaac or Lautaro Martinez?
That's a good question, that.
Which one would you take of those 2?
For me, Isak, only because he's Premier League proven. But Lautaro, I don't know. He's one of them players where could be in the Premier League or not. It's a question mark there. So if I had to choose, definitely Isak. Just because I feel like, especially within our setup, we just blend in perfectly, I think. But Lautaro's an interesting one. What do you think?
No, I agree. Isaac he's just class. Like he just looks so complete where it feels like he's the manager's dream, where if you ask him to be like a false 9, he would do it, and he'd have the qualities to do it. If you ask him to run in behind or be a target man, he could do it. So it just feels like, depending on the game plan, he could just like change, you know, and be versatile in the way he sets up, you know.
Exactly.
Willx edits, you OG in the building. Lucas Vasquez right back. No thanks. I don't want Real Madrid's leftovers. I don't want Real Madrid's leftovers from the Trent deal. No thank you.
Exactly. No, I don't think that's for us either.
Delior says, where does Liverpool rank among the best teams in the world? Top. And we're not biased. That's the beautiful thing. We're really not biased. Okay, realistically, where would you say if we look towards the end of the season, where you'd put us in the best teams in the world? I know we lost to PSG, but it was such a close one. It was on pens.
If PSG win the Champions League as well, then we'll be behind them just because they'll win the league and the Champions League. But if they don't, another team wins the Champions League as well as their own league, then we're top. We're top.
Woo!
Yeah, we got to back our team. But
damn,
next season,
I thought you were gonna say Barca. I thought you were gonna say Barca.
Oh, Barca. Yeah. Nah.
Would you sign?
Especially now that Salah's gonna stay, they're not ready. They're not ready for Salah Champions League next season. Who's gonna be the next Salah partnership? We saw Salah, Mane,
I'm so excited.
Salah and Isak, or we dreaming too
Oh my
much?
god. I'm so hyped for the next.
I can't imagine this team without Salah. That is
Well,
something
we
I
won't
can't
have to.
imagine.
We won't have to because he's staying, baby.
I wonder what it's gonna be. Do you reckon they're gonna do 2 years, 3 years?
It's two. No, there was a report from David Ornstein. He said it's 100% 2 years that they offered. Summer of 2027.
That's brilliant. Yeah. And
I think it's
enough,
good, no?
That's fantastic.
Yeah. Do I think Lamine Yamal is class? I think he's more than class. I think he's elite at 17, which I don't think Messi and Ronaldo were at 17. Not to compare them because it's not fair, because he's only 17. But still, you know what I mean? Like it's just crazy the things he's doing. Barca have a dangerous free kick here. It's gonna be taken. Oh god, they're playing a high line, and it's played towards the back post. It's not great. Kubarsi, 1-0, 1-0 Barca. Kubarsi. We were just talking about a 17-year-old Lamine Yamal, but it's their other 17-year-old. He's also a generational talent, center back. Kubarsi makes it 1-0. He scores in the quarterfinals of the Champions League off a set piece, and they freaking deserve it.
Explain the goal here. Was it a header?
Yeah, it was a header, so it was a cross, and at the back post, Martinez headed it towards like a dangerous area, and Kubarsi just got a touch to it, and it went in. So it was smart, like in terms of, you know, how he basically, Inigo Martinez played it into a dangerous area, and he kind of just toe poked it, and he got it through. Kobel.
It's going to be tough for Dortmund, especially they're struggling in the Bundesliga. Yeah.
Yeah, he toe pokes it there.
Barcelona could finish this in the first leg even, you know.
Especially now that it's 1-0, I feel like the goals could come flying in because if their heads drop a little bit, Barca can be ruthless in an attacking sense. This season, they've scored so many goals in certain games. They're crazy,
PSG
bro.
Villa so far, both teams are still trying to settle. PSG, when the first game started, it was all them. But now Villa's trying to settle in a lot more.
Oh.
But yeah, 0-0 at the moment for PSG Villa.
Wait, damn, they have actually given the goal to Rafinha. He's the opposite of Bobby Firmino. I don't know if you remember, who was it against? Maybe Stoke back in the day where Bobby Firmino left the goal, remember? Where it was like going in. Do you remember that? And it was so class.
Was it Salah or Mane? Or was it before?
All I know is Rafinha wants that Ballon d'Or because it was going in and it's on the line and Rafinha gets a touch to it. So now
question. Any VARs, offsides?
It's given to Rafinha. The check is over by VAR, bro. That was cheeky from him because I'm telling you, Kubarsi got a touch to it and then it's on the line and Rafinha touches it like he didn't need to, but he basically stole it from him. People are saying Rafinha greedy. Oh god. Yeah, so guys, then the final in the end it'll count as a Kubarsi assist and a Rafinha goal. He wants the Ballon d'Or. Why would he do that to his teammate? He's gonna break Ronaldo's record. Yeah, how many Champions League goals does he have? Bro, I think he's on like... Check. Rafinha's on 12 Champions League goals right now. And it's the first leg of the quarterfinals. 12 Champions League goals.
What's the record?
Guys, what is the record? Someone said the record is held by, of course, Cristiano Ronaldo. But how many goals? I don't know. I feel like it might have been 16. CR7
Oh,
17.
17.
17 and then Rafinha's on 12 now. Damn.
Yeah, a lot of people
17.
17.
Wow,
You never know.
I mean, he's 5 away. That's not impossible. Like Barca truly are that type of team where if they're on it, like they'll score. And that's why I do think for me I still predict them to win the Champions League, because I don't, unless Inter over 2 legs in the semis, I think they could potentially cause them problems again because of how they defend.
Inter's definitely more solid, and we've got to remember Dortmund's like what, 8th in the Bundesliga, so yeah, there was always like a 9.5 out of 10 chance Barcelona was going to win. I think Barcelona's going to beat them heavy, you know. I could be wrong.
Damn.
I do think they're going to, especially now that they're at home, they could wrap this up in the first leg.
Damn.
Let's see though.
Will Excited says, I haven't been in the building since the Caicedo drama. Sorry if I brought back PTSD.
Let's not even chat about that one.
Oh, God. Well, in the end, they gave an opportunity to Gravenberch, so I'm not so mad about it. No?
He's shining through this season for Chelsea, though, Caicedo.
Yeah, he's incredible. No,
yeah.
I mean, there's never doubting how good he was, let's be real.
PSG Villa still 0-0. PSG trying to exploit their wingers, but to be fair, Aston Villa's been defending well so far, albeit literally everyone's at the back. But yeah, still 0-0.
That's the thing. Imagine if Villa are able to not concede tonight, and then they play at home with the atmosphere of Villa Park. That's the thing. In the Champions League, you never know in that way.
Exactly. Villa Park, they're going to be the 12th person for Villa, so yeah.
It's going to be
That'll
unbelievable.
be the biggest game for them in literal years. But let's see what happens this first leg. It's very down to that as well.
Yeah, it's not over. I don't think Villa should be celebrating just yet. Yeah, Will Excited. I was going to say, because I've seen you. Yeah, I don't. That's when you started. Okay, that's... Are we still interested in Isaac? Young Trent, like I was saying, I really think it's dependent on Newcastle getting Champions League football or not. It's that's going to be the difference maker. And that's another one that's going to be so interesting to watch. I know some people are saying parts of this season are boring, like the relegation fight and everything else. But if you look at the fight for the 4th and 5th position, like Fulham could still get that. Brighton could still get it. Like there's 6 points. I was checking yesterday. 6 points separates 9th place Brighton with 4th place Chelsea. 6 points. So it's like it could just turn like that. Lewandowski. Oh. Goal kick. Delior, that question though, I feel like it really depends what part of the pitch. But Delior is asking us, what attribute is more important for a player? Pace, strength, dribbling, brain, passing, step. Oh, I think I would say brain at least. Your footballing IQ. If you had to choose between everything.
As you said, it depends on what position they're in, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, football IQ, like I think that's what differentiates Salah to other wingers, because Salah's not this pace. No, he's pacey. He's not this skillful player, but the way he reads the game, the way he uses his pace and strength,
his timing, his positioning.
That's brain in comparison to just all the other skills from other wingers.
And the concentration too. I still remember one of my favorite segments that I remember about Salah, where he said kind of the piece of advice that changed his career the most was when Arsene Wenger came to the AXA training ground. He visited the Liverpool team. I think it was in 2017, so early days. And Mo asked Arsene Wenger, through all the years that he was Arsenal, he asked him what for him differentiates a good player like in the Premier League and a great player. And Arsene Wenger told him, a great player never stops no matter what happens in a game till the very final whistle. As in, like, a great player never lets his head drop or like loses concentration because the game isn't going his way. He just always keeps kind of pushing And he says like that piece of advice is something he always remembered, and he worked on his mental and physical side to be able to still be a threat in the game in like the 88th minute, for example.
And we've seen that come to light so many times where Salah's been quiet, but then he gets that opportunity and then he makes something happen out of nothing.
Exactly.
So it's all a mental game.
And think about the amount of games where he's been criticized, where it's like, he's not doing anything today, he can't dribble past his player, and then he'll score the winning goal, you know? And then everybody shuts up after that.
Exactly. He always silences the doubters, Mo Salah. So I'm glad we're going to at least be seeing 2 more seasons of that. So, yeah, looking forward to it for sure.
I want to see what the... Do you think he could overtake Ian Rush's goal scoring? Wait, I'm going to check right now how far he is.
Numbers,
yeah, let me tell
I know
you.
He's creeping up to other people in that Premier League ladder. So within the 2 years, let's see. He's going to keep on going up. He's going to keep on breaking records. And hopefully we add like another Champions League before he leaves. So yeah, I just want to trophies.
So right now, Mohamed Salah is already in 3rd. He has 243 goals for Liverpool. In 2nd is Roger Hunt with 285 goals. And then Ian Rush has 346. So Oh, Rafinha in the box! Oh no, doesn't get on target.
I reckon he can get 2nd, but yeah, Rush seems very clear with the amount of goals he scored.
But Rush has played so many minutes though. Rush has 660 appearances for Liverpool. Salah is on 394, you know, so he'll never get to his like.
Yeah.
Damn, it's crazy. You know how Bobby Firmino isn't known as like he's not really known as a goal scorer. He's still in 16th all time for Liverpool. Like that's pretty high, I feel like, in our entire history. It's not just Premier League. This is like entire history.
Whoever watched Bobby, they won't remember him for stats. They'll just remember how he uplifted the players around him and made the players around him just 10 times better. So hopefully he doesn't get remembered for stats when we got like 50 years later and people still remember him for what he accomplished, you know?
Yeah, he won't.
Villa through on the wing. Tielemans in the ball. Morgan Rogers, Villa 1-0.
1-0! 1-0 for Villa! This is why we love the Champions League. 1-0 for Villa. Who would have seen that coming? You were saying PSG were dominant. I gotta flick.
Counter attack.
I'm gonna flick that game on. I need to see the goal. Bro.
Big error from PSG defensively, but
what was it? Nuno Mendes with the error? It looks like it was Nuno Mendes, no? Let's look.
It was Nuno Mendes.
Bro,
and then
look at the
3v2, but what a ball from Rashford.
1-0 for Villa.
Rashford.
I'm having a look. So it's John McGinn who was on the right. John McGinn plays it to the left-hand side. Rashford has it, plays it one time. No, okay, and then it's a cross, and then it's a tap-in.
That's it. Tielemans cross. Tap into Morgan Rogers. Wow.
You know, by the way, I love sometimes to go on to other fan Twitter accounts to see reactions to stuff, because I feel like the reaction of a fan base often tells you the truth because they watch every single minute of their team. And I was on a Villa one the other day, and the amount of comments I was seeing about Villa fans seeing Yuri Tielemans right now is one of the best midfielders in the world, and I was like, damn, like, because I don't watch that much Villa, so I don't have that in my mind, but they think he's one of the best in the world this season.
He's very technically gifted. Do you remember how many times we were linked with him?
Yeah,
we were linked with
when he was at Anderlecht. Remember, like back in all the way back. Bro, John McGinn though, credit to him because he won the ball off of Nuno Mendes. It was his pressing. And then look, no look cross from Yuri Tielemans.
Yeah, I can't believe
the
that.
Champions. See, this is why I freaking love the Champions League. Like nobody.
Why aren't we in it,
coming.
man? Why aren't we in the Champions League?
I know. It's so special though.
I knew Villa would trouble these up though.
Okay, but Donnarumma with a mustache. But imagine if Villa and Arsenal, if that ends up being the semi-final, that would be crazy.
That would be insane.
an
That would be
all
very
English
interesting.
semi-final, and it's not an all English of City or Liverpool. It's an all English of Villa and Arsenal. Who would have seen that coming? That's insane. All right, I'm gonna flick back the. Bro,
Now we're going to see if PSG panic or if they're going to keep the same tempo because they were doing everything right. It was just an error from Nuno Mendes, which Villa capitalized on, you know.
That's what's so difficult though. Sometimes when you're dominant, is like you're gonna throw more bodies forward, so you're so vulnerable then on the counter. You know, like it's tough to manage that. Leo, I timed out fake me. Okay, good, Sonny. Because he has the same profile pic as you too. Best fans in the Frat King asks, who are the best fans in the world besides Liverpool?
Well, my answer may be a bit biased, but I'm gonna say Galatasaray fans.
I don't know if that's, but I think it's a pretty known thing that Turkish fans are the most passionate.
It's with a sprinkle of bias, but also very factual as well. But
I heard
yeah,
Fenerbahce has the best fans though.
they're crazy as well.
Yeah.
It's Galatasaray, Fenerbahce, Beşiktaş, even Trabzonspor. All of these are they're mental. But if I have to pick, I would say Galatasaray just because of what we've seen with like European crowds. Last year, if you remember, when they beat them at Old Trafford against Man United, it was mostly Gala fans you can hear, despite it being at Old Trafford. So even the away fans, you know, because you got to judge it on the away fans as well.
Yeah.
But it's a very good question, to be fair. What do you think?
I mean, what I think is interesting is I spoke a bit with you know the content creator Fiago. I don't know
yeah.
if you've seen, yeah.
Yeah. I've seen his content.
Yeah, he's like one thing that he really focuses on because he started a podcast recently, which is on like. What a goal! People are saying, "Oh, I need to switch on." Désiré Doué, bro.
There was a shot from Doué, but it
oh my god, what a hit!
Over the line.
Wait, I need to see here. Look, Mendes has it. Plays it out wide to... Whoa, he picks it up all the way on the left-hand side and he's outside the box. What a finish! Bro, what is that goal? From Désiré Doué. Bro, he might be the one of the... France, bro, I think we're going to be okay for the World Cup next year. I think we're going to be just fine. Ousmane Dembélé, Désiré Doué, Kylian Mbappé.
Doué, we were talking about him earlier. Insane. The goal he just scored with his right foot outside the box, the way that spun, all you can do is commend it. Wow. PSG back in.
What is that finish?
What?
Look, it's not even like what can you do defensively there? You like they have too many. They have too much threat. Look at this. Way outside the box, he barely has space to get his shot off too. Look, he barely has any space or time, and it's crossbar. Bro, it hits the top of the crossbar, and comes back down.
No chance for Martinez whatsoever.
That's one of the best. Liverpool, bro, we were linked with him this summer. Désiré, I still remember we were linked with him, and we didn't decide to go for it. Now he'll be worth 120 million plus. Trust, he's untouchable for PSG now.
Because remember, these guys have still got Barcola on the bench. PSG's attacking options are looking insane right now.
I keep having to switch back. There's a lot of drama in your game.
1-0, 40th minute. It's been a great game. PSG deserved the goal though. They were knocking for a while.
OM7. I don't think the Nations League is gonna have so much. I don't think it's gonna play too much into the Ballon d'Or because they'll know it's not the biggest competition. What do you think? You think it could have an impact?
I don't think so. If it is by tight margins, then possibly. Why are people thinking Ousmane Dembele, and is that where they're...
Yeah, well, they're thinking if Spain wins the Nations League and Barca wins the Champions League, not just like how the Nations League could impact the Ballon d'Or winner, but I don't think it's compared to like Champions League and stuff. I think it's gonna weigh a lot less because it's not like a major competition.
Yeah, no, I agree. But if it does go to tight margins, I think they will take it into account. It's one of them ones. Rashford on the wing is doing his fullback very well. Tried cutting in, but yeah, PSG clear it out. Rashford's looking like a different player with Villa. He's looking like OG Rashford.
He really is a different player. It just shows you get out of that graveyard of a football club and you're gonna you're gonna set the world alight again. Look at Anthony. Like,
You're not wrong. Previously to Doué's goal, he had a shot which was so close to going past the line, but they're showing it on the screen now. It didn't go past the line. Goal line technology came into effect there.
he's incredible. Dylan LFC Goat says, what could happen quicker in your opinion? Salah all-time Prem player or all-time Liverpool player? Who do you think? Yeah, yes, it take. I think he's closer to being the Premier League all-time player. Because look, he's close to Thierry Henry today, but many lifelong Liverpool fans who are older than us that I've spoken to in the city say that King Kenny is in a world of his own. I don't know.
I've heard that as well, but if he's the Prem all-time player, isn't he automatically the Liverpool all-time player as well?
I don't know though, because that period when King Kenny was in his prime was the most successful for Liverpool. So I think it also really depends the trophies that we win in the 2 extra years he's here, you know? Because if he wins another Champions League and another Premier League, that could be 2 Champions Leagues, 3 Premier Leagues. Like, that would be insane. But is that
PSG,
likely?
Save from Martinez. PSG are knocking again. Doué shot, but he goes over in Aston Villa's box. Doué again. Wow. Martinez is working this half, though, for sure. But Doué seems to be the main threat for PSG at the moment.
And I feel like people now, a lot of talk this season. I feel like more than any other season, and I'd be curious to hear your thoughts too, and everybody in the building. I feel like more and more people are complaining that because of systems, magical players don't get the freedom that they used to get, and that we get more and more robotic players, especially in the Premier League. But I will say the PSG team, some of those attackers, you can tell they just have so much freedom to work their magic. But would you agree that this season it feels like things have gone even worse on that sense, or do you feel like people are overreacting?
I feel like people are overreacting, to be honest, because I feel like the world's best players are all wingers, no? So if they are in this robotic system, surely they wouldn't be the world's best players, you know? Like, I don't know. It's an interesting one. Do they mean that in terms of freedom, you reckon? It's a very interesting take, but I think the game's changed overall. It's not how it used to be. Yeah, it's a very interesting take. What do you think?
Well, what I do agree, and maybe this is just like in this current generation, but it's true when you look at the top 10, and I don't just think this is nostalgia. When we'll look at the top 10 finishers of the Ballon d'Or this year, and we look at the top 10 years ago, I think the names that you'll see, and maybe at halftime I can pull that list up. I do think when you look at the top 10 players this year, for example, it doesn't jump out at me like, wow.
Doué in the box.
Doué
just twined up a few players, was in the box, but
what a
Villa
baller.
blocked it.
What a
Villa counter now,
baller.
Rashford on the ball. 2 minutes left until half time.
It's halftime in the Barca game. 1-0 at the break.
You might have to flick it over to Villa.
Yeah. Surprisingly enough, though, after the goal, like, Barca didn't continue to pile that much pressure, honestly. Yo, Elena, nice to see you in the building. No, Leighton, we already said it's okay to have similar names, just don't spam and stuff like that. And you can ask Deliora, I let you decide with the mods. Cause you know better than me. But wait, so do you guys agree with what we were saying, by the way, where when you look, I'm gonna tell you, look, like 2012 Ballon d'Or rankings. I just want to show you this because that is something I do agree with. When you look at the talents, like look in 2010, you had Messi, Ronaldo, Iniesta, Xavi, Pirlo, Drogba, Zlatan, Xavi Alonso, Neymar, Wayne Rooney, Sergio Aguero. Like that's the top. Karim Benzema. These are like the top 15. And I do feel like when you compare it to the top 15 of today, it's levels. But I don't know.
Half-time, PSG 1, Aston Villa 1. Very good game so far, you know.
Do you think it's a fair result, 1-1 so far?
Nah. I would say PSG have been on the ball more. They had more chances, but Villa's been clinical when they needed to be. But if you're asking me who right now deserves to win, I still think PSG. But Villa will be taking 1-1 all day long right now.
Oh yeah. But do you think? Wait, no. I was gonna say, have they had any more shots on target apart from the goal?
Not that I remember off by heart, you know, which means that they didn't come knocking as much as PSG. So I would say that was their only clear-cut chance, and they scored it.
Oh, the Villa fans are gonna be buzzing then. I sent the bingo link, by the way.
Already?
Yeah, man.
Leo doesn't mess about.
Oh, I
Straight
don't
in.
mess about. Apart from a few technical difficulties.
Since I've been, because last time we were playing, we had this whole, we were struggling to get wins. Since I haven't been on the channel, how's the wins been looking?
Bad. It's not been looking good because
No.
basically they made the game a little bit. Now it's like almost like bingos are really rare to come by because they changed the game slightly where it's become harder. Actually,
It was already hard, and they've made it harder now.
Yeah, you'll see.
I reckon, let's jump in then. Let's see what's, I
Yep.
can't believe that.
Oh God! Apparently, City want want either Desire Doué or Florian Wirtz this summer as a KDB replacement.
What makes sense? For someone, you know, when you visualize things, I can see that happening. Doué, PSG are going to charge an arm and a leg and their whole stadium to sell him. So I don't think Doué's going anywhere.
And he just joined the club too.
Exactly. Doué, yeah. What? I see that. I don't know
Oh
what you
no!
think, but I can, for some reason, I can visualize that.
Wait, look. Go 12, who's an absolute OG in the building, always in the building. Says 3 years and still no bingo. Oh God.
No way.
Oh, go 12. I'm gonna be praying for you this round. In Daily Or we trust absolutely Sunny. Sunny says Daily Or is my idol. Elena, you joined? Okay, great. How many were you able to join too?
I'm in.
You're in?
Yep.
Okay, great. All right, guys, I'm gonna get it started in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Good luck, everybody. 10 seconds. That way, hopefully, we can sneak in 2 games before the second half.
Last time I played this was when you and I played this, so it's been a while.
Damn.
Let's see. Whoa. Yeah, it's
So you
looking
see,
different.
now there's different things. Like basically, there'll be like one of mine is like is Portuguese and played for Barca, so it's like mixes.
Yeah. Oh, bloody hell, I've got to kind of lock in now. What is this?
I got it played in Chinese league, bro. Come on, are you kidding me? Played in Chinese league. How am I supposed to get that one? Oh God. Yo. This is tough. Look at that control from you, Deliora. I love it. You actually explain. No! I wasn't paying attention and I had one. I have River Plate 2.
You weren't lying when you said this is harder.
Yeah, and like you were saying, it was already hard, so like why'd they have to make that
Yeah.
change? Oh no! I had Talisca And I think he played in the Chinese league, didn't he? No,
He did. Yeah, I think
didn't
he did.
he?
I think he did.
Oh, that's like one of the few I could have put for that.
Is this updated, by the way? It should be, right?
Why? Like, what's the example?
Ad Talisca, managed by Mourinho, and he manages him now. I've gone for
Yeah,
it.
then it should be good. Honestly,
Yeah.
that should be good. World Cup winner Carlos Puyol. What a legend. He was so good. Oh, I have managed by Mourinho too.
Mm.
Wait, did Eric Cantona, did he ever play with Ronaldo? No, it was before. It was before. Mauro Icardi. Oh. Oh. Oh, this game.
Yes, this is
No.
tough.
I got Nadal. Why are they giving me Miguel? Angel Nadal. Emeric Laporte.
Icardi for Argentina and Inter.
You got it?
Yeah.
Nice.
Wow, this
Big
is
up.
really making me think.
Big up, Martin. Nice to see you in the building. It's true. You did say Martin was saying don't expect Villa to lose tonight. Damn.
Wow.
Ooh, I got your boy Hakan.
Hey, Çalhanoğlu.
Yeah. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce. Not even gonna try. Mikel Arteta, did he ever win the Champions League? Don't think so. Cristiano Ronaldo. Did Cristiano Ronaldo play with Cristiano Ronaldo? No, you can't. You can't. Sergio Busquets. Did he ever play with Cristiano Ronaldo? No. Julio Cesar. Cody Gakpo. Alexis McAllister. Alvaro Arbeloa played with Cristiano Ronaldo, I bet, during his Real Madrid days.
I think so. I think he did.
Mohamed Salah. I never got a Chinese league. Let's see how many I got wrong. I'm done. I got 3 wrong. Oh, no. And I'm still tied for top with 3 wrong. That tells you how hard it is. Did James Rodriguez never
Nearly
play
done.
for... I put James Rodriguez for Mourinho. I thought during his Real Madrid days he would have played there, but I guess not. Big up Kona Pleto from Canada. Nice to see you in the
I got
building.
4.
4 wrong.
That was, yeah, that was tough. That was proper tough. I think it's doable though, Leo. I think a bingo is doable for sure. But we've got to get lucky in a sense with certain picks in the bingo board.
Did that go our way? Ooh, Elena, enjoy Wicked. Ooh, there's actually 2 of you guys who only got 1 wrong. So shout out to Yusuf, the OG, and Samuel Cool. You guys both only got 1 wrong. But alright guys, I'm gonna send a new link so that we have time to just play 1 more before the second half. Let me send it. There it is, you guys. I just put in the chat.
Let's go.
Big up Sunday LFC.
Me go on the link as well.
Is it? I have a question. Is it confirmed that Salah is staying? Basically, everyone has said it's now just in the final stages. But if they're saying that, it means that clearly there's a breakthrough in the negotiations. Otherwise, everybody wouldn't be reporting that. You know what I mean? So now I think it's only a matter of when, if not if.
Exactly.
That's me, Samuel. Cool, your guy. Big up.
Okay, let's get this bingo before the second half starts. Fingers crossed.
Yeah. Yes, yes, yes. Wait, let's see. All right, guys, I'm going to get it started in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. There's 35 of us here. That's more than
go.
last time. Let's go, guys. Our goal is
Good
to
luck,
get
guys.
just one bingo at least. All
That's
right?
it.
Let's lock in, you guys. Good luck, everybody.
Let's try to help each other out as well if anyone's ahead, behind. Casemiro, Brazil. Okay. Udogi.
No, I'm done on the first one.
Oh, you're lying. Wow.
I saw the Champions League trophy, but it's Champions League Golden Boot, and I had Casemiro. So I thought it was like Champions League winner, but it's Champions League Golden Boot, so I'm already finished. It's
Keep
done.
on going, though.
Nah, it's done.
Carvalho, did he play for Benfica?
Damn, Toby. Yeah, let me help you now. Toby says...
Busquets, Spain. Or World Cup winner. I think let me do World Cup winner.
Yeah, I would do exactly, because Spain comes up more often.
Sergio Roberto, Barcelona or Spain? Shall I do?
That's both are good.
I'll do Barcelona.
Yeah.
Nabil Fekir is not in any of my board. Played with Ribery.
You don't have Lyon?
No. Buendia, we know played for Norwich, Aston Villa. He's not on any of my thing on the board. Umtiti. He didn't play with Ribery, did he?
No. He came in a bit later. Yeah.
Araujo.
Damn. Toby talked to Liverpool's physio today. What's his name? Or her name? Wait, I'll be right back. I'm just going to pee real quick. We'll be right back.
All good. All good. Ladies and gents, Patrick Bamford. I've got on my board. Can't fit in anywhere. Juan Cuadrado. Inter and Juve. I swear he played for both. I'm doing it. I don't know. It's because you got to think in under 10 seconds. Zielinski. Nico Gonzalez. I'm skipping. Dan Petrescu. I'm skipping. Mark Schwarzer. I'm skipping. Yeah, this is mental. Schumanni Monaco. This makes you just question everything you do, guys. Crazy. Fonte played in Liga Portugal. I'm hoping he did because I'm going for it. If he didn't, it's long. Jared Bowen. No, they won the Conference League, not Europa League. Chris Waddle. Thuram. Kefren Thuram. No. Rafinha. I've already used Brazil. Yusuf Fofana, no. I just need people in my bingo cards. Ansu Fati, Spain. We're going for it. Patrice Evra. He was not a Golden Boot winner. Silerson, no. Mbappe. Again, he doesn't fit any of my slots, annoyingly.
How's the game going?
Tough. I'm getting good players, but they're not slotting in with my bingo slots, annoyingly. But yeah. Let's see, we've got 28 players left. Anthony Gordon,
Oh, you have a lot
England.
left.
Harvey Barnes doesn't fit into any of my things. Hadji. Did Hadji play with Ribery when he played at Galatasaray? I might go for it. That's a big long shot. Radu Dragusin. No. Patrick Berger. It's just it doesn't fit the slots. It's so annoying. Leao Milan. Thank you. All right. Delict. Nothing for Delict. Annoyingly. Blind. He won the Europa League since 2009-10, right? I think I'm going to go for it, even if it's incorrect.
He won which?
I'm not too sure. Europa League. Iliaquim Mangala. Was that the Mangala that played for City?
Yep.
For it.
I think he was also for Porto.
Jota. Did Jota play for Benfica?
Oh, shoot. Second half. Benfica? No. I don't think. No.
Zapata. Yeah, the
Shoot, I
second half
missed
is
just the
beginning.
kickoff. Guys, the second half is kicked off in the Barca game already. Wait, let me fix actually the timer. 26. There we go. Guys, let us know your score predictions for the second halves of both games. I'm going to go 2-0 for Barca in the Dortmund game, and I'm going to go 3-1 for PSG. Actually, will they score 2? Yeah, I'm going to go 3-1. What do you think?
My bingo is complete, and I got 3 wrong.
Oh, okay,
I was
that's better
close.
than last.
It was better than last. Oh man, that game is addicting. Anyway, all right. We will say I think PSG is going to win this 2-1, possibly 3-1. And for Barcelona game, I think Barca is going to win it 3-0. These are very ambitious predictions, but
Damn.
I do see more goals in the second half. Disasi is coming on for Aston Villa now. Interesting, they've
Super
done a
sub.
defensive change. I'm assuming it may be injury, but let's see.
Oh, it's got to be, no? You usually don't bring in a center
Could
half
be
like that.
tactical, but it makes sense for it
Oh.
to be a injury one. Because look, Cash is coming off, and I'll be honest, Cash was having a good game.
Go 12 says bingo was hard enough. Why'd you have to make it harder?
Yeah, that's insane, by the way. Like, it's definitely harder. I don't know why they've done that. Yeah, kickoff has commenced for PSG Aston Villa. Let's go.
Oh, that touch from Lamine Yamal, bro. Technically. Yamal crosses it. Rafinha to Lewandowski. 2-0. 2-0.
Wow.
Rafinha with an assist. Lewandowski, their entire front three just linked up. It was a cross towards the back post from Lamine Yamal. And then Rafinha headed towards the back post. And then it was a tap in for Lewandowski. But all header. So header. 2-0. They just needed 2.5 minutes in the second half.
I said 3-0. I
Game
reckon it's
over.
going to happen now.
Yeah.
Wow.
Already.
Instantly as soon as the second half started.
Instantly. And imagine that front three has been on fire this season, and they just linked up all 3 of them directly to make it.
They're too strong for Dortmund.
Look, Pedri
I
played it
like
out wide.
Dortmund.
Bro, what is his turn? Nah, Yamal, I'm telling you, he's much. No, he's way too good. Like it wasn't an easy initial ball to control, and then he just like dinks it towards the back post, perfect weight, and then Rafinha with a goal and assist here. It's not
He plays
looking
above
good.
his years. He does not look like a 17-year-old the way he plays. He looks like he's been playing for so much longer. It's crazy.
What a cross from Yamal, yeah. Roosh, that's how I feel. I feel like the goal was made there. Oh yeah, against his old club too. It's true. Lewandowski was with Dortmund back in the club days. Yeah.
But think he scored against them for Bayern Munich as well.
A whole lot. Probably many times.
So he's past that whole phase of, oh, I've scored against my own club. Did he celebrate though? I'm curious to find out if he did.
I think, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like when Suarez played against us, remember?
No, that hurt me. That really hurt me, though. PSG are at the front foot again as soon as this half has started. But yeah, good defending from Villa. The balls with Emi Martinez as we speak.
But I'm telling you, I went for a 3-1 prediction because they have, like, between Kvara, like, Desire Doué, like, they have so many attackers who could just, like, cause you problems. I don't know how we didn't score.
As well.
I don't know how we didn't score. Suarez did celebrate against Liverpool, yeah.
Kvaratskhelia going.
Another! Oh my word! I was waiting because I saw the chat was ahead of you and I didn't want to say anything.
Yeah, he just scored it.
Wait, let's... Oh, look at the pass initially. It's on the counter-attack. Hakimi. And then... No, he picks it up basically almost halfway line on the left-hand side here. Look. He turns in. Around! No! No!
Completely does the fullback.
Bro, we should have signed him. Bro!
What a guy.
To beat Martinez from that angle? Bro! You see how lethal they were on the counter too? How
really
quickly?
sad, though, Leo.
How quickly they get the ball over.
Disasi just came on. And Kvara just introduced him to the game like that.
Bro, even me and my... No, I was just... Even the best players in their prime, I'm not sure they know how to defend this. Like, people say he's the most he's the best dribbler in the world now. This kid, Kvara. That's what people say, that he's the best dribbler in the world now that Neymar retired. Look at this. Boom! No, but the shot too on his left foot. Look at this. The angle. It's post in.
It's insane.
No keeper on the planet is saving either goal. Both goals were post in.
Guys, we're getting spoiled in the Champions League so far, I'll be honest. Yesterday we were seeing crazy goals.
Crazy. We're getting spoiled to another level. If only Liverpool was still involved.
Kvara's such a player though, man. We saw it from Doué. Now Kvara. I feel like Dembele's next, ladies and gents, you know, in terms of getting the goals.
We should have signed him in January.
You're not wrong.
I think I'm watching the wrong game too. Go 12. I might just stick with the PSG one. Nah, you know what? I'm gonna do double screen. The games are too good. I have to do double screen. Wow, the atmosphere. Leba,
PSG is also got a great atmosphere.
PSG, unreal. But they do have... Do they have this in Turkey, by the way? Because in France they do, and I was a bit shocked. There's like a speaker who gets the crowd riled up. Like, he'll basically, like... Yeah, that happens in Turkey too.
Turkey, they take it to a next level. You've got the speaker that riles the fans up before the games, but you've got, like, for example, when someone scores, they repeat their name like 3 times. Like, for example, Maro, and everyone goes, Icardi. And each player has got their own song that the stadium actually puts on whenever they score. So it's we need to do that, you know. We need to introduce that into the Premier League. Every time Salah scores, he has his own song that comes on.
But you know, like that's what I was speaking with some, because I spoke about that with some Liverpool fans in the away end when we were at PSG, because there was the speakers, and most Scousers were saying we don't want none of that crap. They just want the game raw. They don't want that's like they think it's like Hollywood. Like many English fans think that it's.
I'll drop my 2 cents. I really like that aspect of the game because I feel like it riles up the fans. Like, you know, when we say Anfield needs to wake up, if we had that sense of it, Anfield's already woken up before the game started, you know. So I really like that.
And I just don't see, like, I feel like people who say that, it's just negativity because, like, what's the negative side to it? Like, what's the negative? Like, yes, it kind of is like you have to get the crowd pushed, but most people would say Anfield needs that sometimes. Let's be real. It needs it. Like,
I find it really fun. I like when the speaker says a player's name and like, for example, when they announce each player in the lineup and things like that. It gets you rolled up because 12:30 kickoff. I'm sorry, but a lot of fans.
Oh, perfect. You're back. You just cut. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Super. You're back. Oh, I got scared for a sec. You're back, though. All good. Yeah.
But yeah, guys, now, as I was saying, sometimes at the 12:30 kickoffs, a lot of fans can be like half asleep. So it's good to rile them up. I think we should definitely introduce that if they do it.
Imagine if Villa PSG game goes to pens. Emi Martinez against Donnarumma. Oh my god.
Gonna see the Emi Martinez mind games in full flow.
Oh my god. Hey Mustafa, what's good? Tatma, I am absolutely buzzing just to think that we get to have at least 2 more years of Salah playing for us week in, week out. We are so blessed. We can't ever take that for granted. You watch certain players and you feel like they're made for Liverpool. Kvaradona, it's just that player. That's what people are saying. Oh, bro, what is that goal? I'm having a look at the replay again. What is that goal? Why didn't we sign him? Why didn't we sign him? No, I feel like people would understand given how good he is.
Yeah, for sure. He's a fantastic player, man.
Alright, I need to pull up the game here, so I'm gonna have both screens on at the same time because there's just too much action. But this is what I was saying about the, I was saying like people say there's less magic in players. I feel like PSG's forwards, I feel like whatever system Luis Enrique plays, to me it feels like that attack of Desire Doué, Dembele or Barcola and Kvaradona, I feel like those players are given freedom because I feel like they really do express themselves.
Definitely. You can see it even, Kvara, another shot but blocked by the Villa defender. But yeah, you can even see it in this game. They're free-flowing and it seems like they've been playing together further than January. They've got a really nice connection between the front three today. Even if it's Barcola instead of Doué, they're really in full flow. So yeah, Villa is at the back foot right now, but it's not looking good for Aston Villa as we speak.
I mean, if they keep it to 2-1, that wouldn't be bad.
They'll definitely take that guy into Villa Park.
Oh, yeah.
It's 3-1, 4-1 is where it'll get technical.
What's up, Leo Isa? Barca with 63% ball possession, Dortmund 37. Ooh, they have Watkins on the bench though. That's some super sub to be bringing on.
Yeah, for sure. You can definitely change the game. They're going to utilize him, I think.
Oh, Asensio's coming on for Villa. Wait, are we lined up right now? Do you see Villa, Asensio on your screen?
I am on 56, 19, 20, 21.
Ooh,
Let me know if you're ahead.
I'm on 57. That's dangerous.
Okay. Let me.
Maybe
I'm
not gonna react. That's gonna be so hard if there's a
react,
finger.
React,
no, but then no, because then you're not gonna. Wait, can you try refreshing? Are you streaming it on a computer?
Yeah, no, I'm on my TV screen. I'm gonna try.
But TV should be ahead then, because I'm streaming it.
But it's like a streaming thing on the TV, if that makes sense.
Ah, okay, like Fire Stick, yeah. Ooh, Desire do it. Hakimi! Oh, what a save! What a save for Martinez. I think I was watching the wrong game, you guys.
Nah, you saw 2 goals from
true. Yeah, but it's just so one-sided.
Yeah, this game, there's something about the PSG game.
Oh my... Desire Doué! Bro, the dribble! Are you freaking kidding me? Yo. Iconic says, Leo, do you think Real Madrid can come back? Liverpool have come back from a 3-0 deficit twice historically, so who knows? I would say yes. The only reason why I'm not so sure is because I do think Arsenal have a defensive unit about them. They haven't conceded. I saw this stat. They haven't conceded more than 2 goals in like a year.
That's insane.
No, wait. No, against us, actually, they conceded 2. Wait, let me check. What was the stat? They haven't conceded...
Is it in Europe, you think?
Let me check. Because we scored 2 against them.
Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say what? But yeah, while you check that regarding the
Oh no, sorry.
comeback,
I think the stat is they haven't conceded more than 2 goals, so they haven't conceded 3 goals in over a year. Is the stat?
I can see that being true. Asensio's on.
But
So,
what? But you know, isn't it funny how PSG loaned Asensio out and they never thought they'd play each other in the Champions League, but they did, and now he's playing against his lonely club.
it's awkward that. I know it's definitely awkward for Asensio. But he's been hitting the ground running for Villa,
Oh,
so
really? He has.
yeah. Imagine he scores right now.
Oh my lord. Yeah, no.
They'll
Imagine
end up
how
doing it.
pissed off the PSG fans would be, where it's your your lone player playing against you in a quarterfinal of the Champions League. That's got to be rare.
They'll be fuming.
That's got to be rare. It's not even his former club, Veggies. It's literally his parent club. That's what's crazy. But it's true with Real Madrid. If they score an early goal, just like we scored an early goal against Barca, you never know, right? Because then
Exactly.
mentally you're like, we just need 2 more, and the crowd is with you and everything. I think it's always the early goal that's everything.
Yesterday made me understand how one-dimensional Ancelotti is, though. Like, they're losing 3-0, and
Yeah.
they bring on defenders.
It's crazy.
Like, you've
Bro,
got Endrick, Aguilera. People can change the
It's
game, but
crazy.
you're stubborn with the Mbappes and the Vinnies, Rodrigo. They're huge names, but
wild.
it weren't doing it. So you have to change it. But what I like about Slot, I don't want to change it too much, Liverpool, but Slot's got a plan B, a plan C, it
Yeah.
seems. Whether it works or not, he's got that in his locker.
Yeah,
Ancelotti is
completely.
one idea,
Yeah.
and he's stubborn to play that throughout the whole match.
The only thing where, and this is why I think this summer is going to be like the busiest. My prediction, the busiest since I've ever been a Liverpool fan. That's how big I'm going, and the reason is, I think Slot is so ruthless. I think he's very different to Klopp, and not just that, because he has less loyalty obviously to the players because this is more Klopp's team. I think he's the type where if he says to Edwards and Hughes like, I don't want. Oh! No way they didn't score there. Wow.
Must be Barcelona game, right?
Yeah, from the Barca game, yeah. Fermin. They're balling though. They're playing like such smooth football. But yeah, no, I could see Slot. I think he hits the post. Yeah, I think Slot. I can definitely see him. Yeah, he hits the post. Being so ruthless, where he's just like these 7 players. If offers come in and you're happy with it, you can let them go. I could genuinely see that. And I don't think that was ever the case with Klopp. I just damaged my ear. Did I scream? Go 12. I don't think I screamed, did I? Did I? Mert.
No, it wasn't that bad of a
Oh, God.
it was just loud. It was more it's more shouting.
Oh, God.
It's football, guys. You can't watch football in silence. It doesn't make sense.
Big up Vanessa as a Liverpool fan too. So who are you supporting in the Champions League, Vanessa? It's all Barcelona. All Barcelona. Just bombarding the goal. Roosh. I'm the way I'll sum up the Fulham game, and I hope I'm not completely wrong. I hope it was just an off day for us defensively, because if you concede 3 goals in 14 minutes, you can't expect to get anything out of the game in the Premier League. You can't be that poor defensively, and that's what we were in that first half. You know.
I agree. No, it was just shocking defensive mistakes. It's like we switched off for 15 minutes completely, and then Fulham just scored 3 goals out of nowhere. Otherwise, I thought we started the game half right. McAllister long shot. We were on the high, but we really switched off though. It made me raise a few questions. Like, I know we say we want defenders. Now I feel like it's confirmed we need defenders because fullbacks in specific, because we can't be doing mistakes like that.
Shout out to you, the Rasher. Thank you for the kind words. And Joseph is in the building. Hello, Joseph. Great news about Salah and Van Dijk. Absolutely. But the only thing, though, Mert, that I just can't stand sometimes, and this is why more and more I just don't look at comments anymore because I'm just sick and tired of it, is how reactionary some people are. Where, like, for example, the way Salah has performed the last like 4 games, like, I think it's okay when people say not good enough and sorry, just not to the levels that we know he can be at. But when some people say all of a sudden he's not good enough, he shouldn't start anymore, all this stuff. Oh, 3-0, Lewandowski. Second goal for Lewandowski. There, and boys, he's celebrating against his former club.
Guys, remember what I said? I said Barcelona
3-0. Okay, but it looks like it's going to be way more than 3-0, I can tell you. The way the game is going. I told you they were already bombarding with chances. They just hit the post. And now it's 3-0. Lewandowski with 2 goals.
Against his former side.
Bro, I'm telling you, Barca's the team to stop, I think, because of the way the attacking football they play is on a different level.
Obviously, I'm not across the Barca game right now, but it sounds like the complete opposite to what we saw with Real Madrid yesterday.
Complete opposite. Wow. But also it has to be... Also, Dortmund aren't doing anything. Whereas Arsenal, I don't care who you support, you have to give a lot of credit. A lot of credit to how brave they were, you know, in terms of fully going for it.
And fair play to Arteta. Marino's scoring, you know. Like, Marino's genuinely scoring.
It was a great goal. One-time finish.
That's a striker's finish.
Bro, Lewandowski did celebrate, though. 3-0, it's crazy. Big up, Charlie. You'll never walk alone. It means you'll never walk alone. Rand. Arsenal versus Barca in the final is Sonny's prediction.
That would be crazy as well. I feel like whatever final we get will be insane, but Arsenal fans will be over the moon. But if they lose at the final, that is pure heartbreak for them.
Do you think Arsenal can beat PSG over 2 legs? You never know. I mean, yeah.
Prediction? No.
Okay.
But this is the Champions League.
Yeah,
but look,
exactly.
Gabriel being out for the rest of the season, I think is huge for them. Kivior looked seamless yesterday, but that's because Real Madrid didn't really test them.
Yep.
If players are testing them for 90 minutes straight, Kivior doesn't have the effect Gabriel has for Arsenal. So, can they stop PSG's defense? Saliba has to be on his day. Miles Lewis-Skelly is looking phenomenal so far this season. Timber's been solid.
I thought yesterday,
brilliant.
too, Thomas Partey was incredible yesterday. I was like, whoa. Amazed by him. But were you a bit pissed yesterday how, like, I thought Vinny and Rodrigo did nothing, and I don't know how Ancelotti didn't bring on Arda Güler when at least he could have brought some spark when they did nothing, those two.
Ancelotti is to blame because usually you'd be like, all right, this isn't Vinny's game, this isn't Rodrigo's game, or even like Modric. How's Modric at that age still completing 90 minutes? Or like, do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I feel like he should have went more attacking, knowing that they're 3-0 down, to at least clutch at least 1 goal going into the second leg. But it's like he was adamant. He was like, nah, my boys can at least get 1 goal with the current system. I can't name you 1 player that played well for Real Madrid yesterday. Maybe Courtois at a stretch.
Yeah, Courtois.
Or Fran Garcia when he came on.
Because he couldn't have saved any of the goals, and he did make a lot of saves.
Exactly. Yeah, Courtois if I have to pick someone.
Yeah, Courtois. No, I thought Mbappe in the first half, all by himself, was trying stuff. He's the only one that looked dangerous. And he had like 3 shots.
He was definitely in the right positions for the chances, but finishing was a bit lackluster, I would say.
Yeah. Yes, hello, it's me. Nice to see you in the building. Iconic says, honestly, I couldn't imagine in my lifetime watching Arsenal in a Champions League final. Where it really could happen. It really could. I kind of want Arsenal to win the Champions League, says the Milky Scouser. Really? As a Liverpool fan, you want Arsenal to win the Champions League?
You've got time to retract that. Retract it.
Yeah.
Because as a Liverpool fan, look, I'll be happy for them in a way, but it wouldn't be nice.
Do you have mates who are Arsenal fans?
I do. A lot of people that support Arsenal. Because it would be a cool story, first time winning it, but as a Liverpool fan, I don't think I could stand that.
No. I'm
Because
not
when
about
push
it.
comes to shove, they do put Liverpool down, and yeah, giving them that Champions League. But if they deserve it, then let the best team win.
You're too respectful, bro.
Yeah.
uh,
Nah, if
uh,
it's Man United, then I'm changing my tone. But Arsenal, while there is a rivalry, it's not as deep as a Man United rivalry, an Everton, a Man City, in my opinion. What were your thoughts with that?
what with City?
No,
No.
like with Arsenal rivalry,
Yeah.
is it as big as Man United,
No.
City?
That's why like when I was saying yesterday, for me a rival is someone that stopped you from winning a trophy in recent years, and that's why for
Yeah.
me in recent history, Real Madrid is a bigger rival to Liverpool because they've actually stopped us from winning the biggest trophies. Look at Arsenal, the one season where we go head to head for the Premier League title. It's a lot more chill than it is against a City in the past, you know? So,
But then again, we got to dive into history. What year was it where they beat us in the final game of the season to win the league? Was it Hakimi scored, but offside?
offsides.
Yeah.
But overall, I don't know. Both are rivals, I think.
There was a year where Arsenal like won the league against us in the final game to win the league. I think was it 88? If anyone knows in the comments, let me know. There was a mad storyline. So history wise, Arsenal is definitely up there with our rivals. But for us, especially in the modern era, Man United, Man City, the Real Madrid, like you said, Everton because of the neighbours. That's how I would rank it. Even I was about to say Chelsea, but they're not the same Chelsea as what they used to be. Doué's coming off and he's getting a big applause.
Vanessa says, do you think Liverpool would win the Champions League if we didn't lose to PSG? I don't think so with the way we're playing right now. We just conceded 3 goals to Fulham. And our attack looks lackluster. Like the way we are right now, I would say no. But obviously you never know then because do we think we could have beaten Villa after on over 2 legs? I think so. No?
No,
I don't
no,
know.
I agree for sure. I'm just watching to get Barcola's come on for Doué.
Oh yeah, what minute are you?
What a club they've
What
got.
minute are you? I'm
I
on
am.
71:03.
Okay, I'm suddenly ahead.
Oh, okay.
I'm on
That's good then.
71:45.
That's good.
It's weird how these
See,
streams
it
work.
shows it's worth it to refresh though if it brings you that
Definitely.
much. Like,
Rogers on the ball. Good save from Donnarumma.
who do I think will be the next big star for Liverpool? Connor Bradley, if he stays fit.
I was seeing online after Real Madrid lost, everyone was like, "See, Trent, do you actually want to move here? Do you actually want to leave us to Real Madrid?" But it does seem like that deal is 90% finished. But it's going to be really weird for me seeing Trent in a Real Madrid shirt. I still don't want to fully believe it.
Me neither. Me neither. And one thing I won't be doing, which some Liverpool fans are doing, is like all of a sudden like talking down about him and stuff.
No, yeah.
I'm never gonna change my opinion about him, which I think he's so elite going forward, and he's not as bad defensively as people make him out to
No.
be, and that's why he's a top player. It's so
he's
sad to
fantastic.
lose him.
If we could keep him, we would.
Yeah.
But I want to know the reasons, if that makes sense. Like, when people come out and say, "What it could," like, was it he wants to try something different? Is it something internally that Liverpool and Trent haven't agreed on? I just want to know because seeing them edits in the past where Trent was like, "This is this is my club, this is my team." Yeah, I don't know where it stemmed from.
I mean, the one thing that I at least thought in my mind when the news really broke, what was it during that international break? The one thing I could potentially understand is the fact that since Trent won everything you could win at Liverpool Football Club, and since Trent did captain the club. I understand he wasn't officially captain, but he's worn the captain's armband, and he was vice captain. That for him, it's kind of like he's done everything he could do at Liverpool, and a career is short. And how often do you get to go to Real Madrid, where yes, right now they're not that great, but let's be honest, Ancelotti's probably going to leave this summer. Who are they going to bring in? Xabi Alonso? Like, you know what I mean? It's not like the future never doesn't look bright at Real Madrid. Let's be real. Like, it's, you know, and then he probably thinks he can win 4 Champions Leagues. He can win 3 La Ligas, you know, whatever. And and that is less realistic for Liverpool. Let's be real.
And the weather's nicer in Spain.
But still, you see, the reason why I can't respect him the same way is I truly do think if you love Liverpool that much, then you would think winning another 2 Premier Leagues and another Champions League is more special than winning 4 for a team that does it anyways without you. Like, you're truly just be another player. Like, who, you know?
Because he's still only 26.
He's so young.
He could do all that again that he's done for Liverpool.
So young.
And a lot, we could become one of the best right backs to ever play in the Premier League.
Oh, Lewandowski wins it back in a dangerous area. Rafinha on the counter. Rafinha plays it to Yamal. Yamal in the box. 4-0. They're too good. Now they're winning the Champions League. With how lethal they are. When you have that good of an attack, it's finished for everybody else.
Guys, let's take a moment to applaud Leo's commentary there.
But,
I felt like I watched every second.
Barca's winning the Champions League.
Yeah.
Game over. I was saying it before the game, and it's because of that attack. The last goal, all 3 of their attackers are involved. Here, it's Lewandowski that wins the ball back with his pressure, with his pressing. He plays a ball through to Rafinha. Rafinha plays a perfect ball, and Yamal is Yamal. He scores. So Rafinha has 2 assists and a goal tonight on this Ballon d'Or run.
Wow.
It's a wrap.
Really putting on a show against Dortmund, you know.
It's a wrap, yo.
It's a mismatch. It is a mismatch, that match.
Bro, this attack from Barca is the clear, obvious Ballon d'Or winner, says City FC. As of right now, 100% City FC. Bro, why is Yamal also that good? Chill out, bro. It looks so easy. He just passes into the ball. Bro, I'm 25 and I don't have a 1/1,000,000th of your ability, Lamine. You could give me a little inch of magic, please. Bro, he's 17. And now he's dancing on the pitch. Nah, Sonny, if you watch the game, I know you have a soft spot for Real Madrid, so you're not willing to accept it. But if you don't recognize the greatness from Yamal that we've seen this season, bro, you're just being biased.
Or just in general, since he's been in the spectrum, you know.
Fabian says, do you think Doué is a realistic signing for Liverpool? Because that left wing spot is a spot of concern. Do you think left wing is a spot for concern? With Cody Gakpo?
And Lucho?
Yeah, and
some
Lucho.
people were talking about Lucho leaving, but I don't know. I don't see that happening personally. I like the Lucho Gakpo rotation. Obviously, Gakpo's just come back from injury, hence why we haven't seen the Gakpo we know, you know.
Yep.
So, and look, even in the Fulham game, when Lucho came on, there was a big difference automatically. So, yeah, I don't think there's a big concern for left wing. And we've got other areas to look at, because left wing, if you're talking about Kvara's obviously signed for PSG, but Doué or whoever, they're going to cost an absolute crazy amount.
And PSG, as you know, they're Qatari owned. So for them, unless a player forces a move out, like Mbappe forced a move out, like it's not going to happen. Like they can keep the players they want to keep.
Vitinha shot from distance, but just wide.
Look, I love it. Fabian is a huge Liverpool fan. He says, oh, yeah, I forgot about Gakpo, my bad. Bro, like, how do you forget about one of our main left-wing options?
Is that what Gakpo's become? Oi, Cody, next game, please surprise the whole world, because people are forgetting about you. What's going on?
People are going like this at the Camp Nou. People are going like this. For Pedri. Pedri's coming off right now, and every single Barca fan is bowing down to him.
That's insane.
He's what is he? 20 years old? Oh, Sonny, hold on. Sonny, thank you for the super chat. Who says Dele Alli is my idol? Araujo's on the bench. Yeah, he must be coming back from.
Amadou Onana, Watkins, and Matson are all coming on for Villa. Watkins, can he do something in the last 10 minutes?
Imagine.
Fresh legs. Still only 1 goal in it. Still all PSG, by the way. Now, I'm looking at the stats. PSG have taken 24 shots to Aston Villa's 4. Aston Villa have had 2 shots on target, and one of them was the goal.
No, I think this tie is done though between Barca and Dortmund. Like,
Looks like it.
the second leg in the Barca game is gonna be in Dortmund Stadium, but still to come back from 4-0, bro, like that's. Let's see it.
That'll be the best comeback we've seen in the Champions League. In my opinion, if they manage to do that.
100%. Ooh, Elena, I love that profile pic. I do think Salah will recreate. Elena has a profile pic of Salah with the Premier League trophy. Hoping that he recreates the photo at the end of the season with the selfie. You know how he's been taking selfies after every game?
Yeah.
Imagine he takes one with the Premier League trophy.
That'll be iconic.
That would get the record likes, I think, for a Liverpool player on Instagram. Imagine the hype.
That'd be insane.
This is really huge news, though. The Virgil, and I don't think we quite realized how important this news was that we got today.
News.
Salah and Virgil.
The news we've been waiting
Both.
for so
True.
long, and thank God, it's finally happening. And yeah, now we can kind of look forward to who we're going to bring in the summer, rather than talking about is he going to stay, is that.
And we know Trent's leaving too, which is good. Like, it's done also.
I'd rather have that clarity going into the summer personally, so I'm happy with it.
What kind of reception do you think Trent's going to get, though, if it's announced, like, let's say in a month, that he's going to go early to the Club World Cup with Real Madrid? Because they might pay us a fee. Because, you know, technically he's a Real Madrid player. If he's on a free, it would be July 1st. But they have the Club World Cup in June. So they might try to pay Liverpool a fee to get him early.
Right.
Would you accept that?
Well, look, we're not playing any matches, so...
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah, I would.
If they paid £1 million.
It's not going into my bank. And Liverpool, is that big for Liverpool or not? I don't know. But look,
really.
In terms of atmosphere for Trent, I'm hoping they don't show him any negativity because it's his decision. It's the end of his contract. Just let him go happy, and let's remember him for the times he's brought at Liverpool. You know, I hope there isn't too much negativity on him, and the opposite. Hopefully, we can clap him off. But I think we need some sort of announcement from Trent, just so he can get into the good books of the fans. You know how Klopp did.
Agree.
Obviously, Klopp's a whole different situation, but Klopp saying, you know, guys, I'm leaving at the end of the season, X, Y, Z. Trent, I think, needs to do that.
I agree. I think that's the only, like, the one thing that I think a lot of fans struggle with is the fact that he hasn't been clear in some of that communication, you know, but maybe it's also just because the deal hasn't been agreed, so maybe it isn't done, you know, and so he can't say it just yet, technically speaking, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Vanessa says, who would you give the number 66 to? I don't think we're giving it to anyone. He's going to keep it as a... It's going to stay in history.
Yeah.
It's just so sad. Imagine if he stayed his whole career at Liverpool and kept the 66 his whole career.
We would have retired that number. It would have been iconic, man.
I mean, I think we're already retiring it.
We probably might already retire it.
I don't.
It's such a weird number.
I think it would be strange if we signed Frimpong and we're like, yo, you have to wear the number 66. You got to be our next Trent. That would be weird.
That would be weird. I'm just hoping we don't be stingy in the window and we actually sign what we need to do, because a lot of our previous summer windows we haven't been signing. Like last summer, we thought new manager, he's gonna sign. We only get Chiesa and obviously Marmadashvili, but that's for this summer, and that's a whole different book of, is Kelleher gonna stay now? What's gonna happen there? That's a whole different scenario.
Oh, Fabian, you're an Arsenal fan. Okay. Nah, Fabian, I don't think you're gonna get Desiree Doué. I think Arsenal will go big for a strike. Well, where do you think, by the way, because you followed Turkish league, where do you think Osimhen could end up like this summer? Because a lot of teams need strikers, and he's probably not going to stay in Turkey.
I think his contact book is going to go off differently. Everyone's going to be after him. I'm hearing Juve. I'm hearing bits of Barcelona, possibly, even though their front three speaks for itself. Premier League, Man United, I'm hearing. But basically, everyone's going to be sending him offers, and it's about who accepts and who doesn't. I don't know if he fits Liverpool's mould, personally. I don't like. Do you know what I mean? He's a fantastic player.
What would you say are his? Because I got to be honest, I haven't watched him that consistently. Is he more of a target man or? Right, he's
kind
more
of. So he's very big, very pacey, and exceptional at finishing. But I guess where I like Isak is he's more technical on the ball. Osimhen, you don't want him on the ball too much unless he's driving with the ball, if that makes sense.
So he's more like running in behind.
Exactly. I don't want to say Haaland, but kind of, that sort of vibe. But Osimhen is very lethal. Wherever he goes, like they're going to be very thankful to have him. But I don't know if he fits Liverpool's setup. But he does look like he's going to leave.
And does he have like a... Does he have issues off the pitch? Because I've heard that before, where it's like he's difficult personality to deal with. Do you think that's true or no?
I haven't heard anything negative, to be honest. It seems like he settled into Turkey very nicely. He's enjoying it, things like that. Like the Turkey, just fans in general, just love him, But
I mean, it was a big move when it happened.
Yeah, like the airport was.
Oh, Dortmund score. Oh no, sorry, it's offsides. Yeah.
Yeah, so I haven't heard anything negative behind the scenes about Osimhen thus far. It looks like he's going to go, though. I reckon even Saudi's going to throw in a bid, but I think he wants to stay in Europe. Juve could make sense. I can kind of see that happening. But it just depends which offer he accepts, He's in a very ideal situation. For Arsenal, though, I was hearing rumours about Gyökeres.
Yeah,
because he's been doing well, and I feel like he may suit an Arsenal. So yeah, we could be seeing really big names enter the Premier League yet again in the summer. Let's see.
But yeah, I think from our point of view, we really have to be careful of Arsenal next season, because imagine they're in the position they're in right now, and they've had, like, let's be real, they've had major injuries this season. Like to lose a Bukayo Saka for 3 months. Like, imagine if we lost Salah for 3 months, the impact that would have on us. Like, it would be night and day. So imagine next season they go, they're able to, like, manage those injuries, or their luck is, goes their way where they have less injuries, and they sign a top striker like Gyökeres. They would be a different team completely.
For sure. But I think we're sleeping on Man City as well. I know KDB's leaving and Haaland has been where he's been. Watch them in the summer. I feel like they might go crazy in the summer.
The reason City are less of a concern, in my opinion, is because they're going to have to go through such a major rebuild that it's very hard to mold that into like a functioning team right away, like that, And it seems like they're bringing in young players right now, so I think they'll also need time to adapt and everything, you know. Whereas Arsenal's almost a finished product, you know. They just need, and if they bring in someone like Gyökeres, he is pretty experienced. Like he's 26, you know. So it's not like he's some 19-year-old, like, you know.
Are we acknowledging the firepower Sweden has? Two top strikers right now on the market, Gyökeres, Isak. They're both Swedish. What a time to be a Sweden fan, or just Swedish in general.
And before then, they had Zlatan.
Yeah.
Yeah, Fabian, as an Arsenal fan, you're gonna be. The summer transfer is gonna be. Yeah, it's Fabrizio Romano. I don't think he's getting much sleep this summer. He's crazy. But it's true. It's gonna.
Romano goes on holiday. Like, what are his off days like?
He's insane. And you know what's insane is all of the social media stuff you see, everything, you know, he posts like 50 stories a day and everything. Every single thing that's put out there is him, done by him.
Yep.
He never has allowed someone like someone in his team or anything like that to do it. So like,
I saw that as well. So he's got someone for like the graphics and things like that.
Yeah, of course.
Sure
yeah.
People helping him, but
yeah, but the actual posting is all him.
That's insane.
Like, do you see how much stuff?
He wants all the revenue for himself, I guess.
I think it's more he's a control.
Yeah, OCD and things like that comes into play.
It's crazy.
Just over 2 minutes left for PSG Villa.
Oh, only damn.
They've added 3 minutes injury time, so not long left. PSG seems to be killing the game off now. I think they're happy with a 2-1. And it's not the worst case for Villa going into the second leg of 2-1.
No. But neither for... and the good thing is, I hate when there's two games going on at the same time. At least next week, everybody's just going to be watching the PSG Villa game because the Barca one is just done. I love seeing your reaction because...
Bro.
Scored? You know, was there a goal?
Bro,
no.
PSG just scored.
I don't even know because you don't say anything. So
let me explain it then. You know, you're talking about Barcelona.
Wait. I popped it open though. Look, I'm seeing it.
Dembele fake
through
shot.
Dembele in the box. Fake shot. Top bins.
Nah, Leo's 10 over the reactions, you know.
No, but how do you do that? No, because when I see moments, I think, could I do that? And I'm like, no, they're too good. Bro, imagine how hyped PSG fans are about their attack.
Oh,
Dembele scored, Doué scored, and Kvaradona scored.
No, I think Nuno Mendes scored it.
No. Oh god, that's bad if we think that's... No, there's no way Nuno's scoring that technical of a goal.
What a goal.
It's Nuno!
It was Nuno Mendes.
No.
We're genuinely seeing...
PSG's winning the Champions League. That's a huge goal for them as well, to get that at the end.
Villa's fuming. 2-1, they were happy with.
God.
3-1, it's looking very tough for them now.
That's crazy, bro.
Yeah,
Dembele got the assist, I think, though, no?
I have to look back at it.
Simple says, best left back in the world. You think he's the...
Can't even dispute it.
Remember how good he was against us over two legs?
Oh,
like, Salah could do nothing. Salah could do nothing.
He locked down the best player in the world, man. He locked down our Salah, man.
God. Imagine how hyped PSG fans must be about their attack, though. The levels, like the talent that's there.
PSG took another shot, but just went over Zara Emery. Wow.
Yeah, go 12. That's bad, but to be... No, sorry, Delior, that's bad, but I only saw from a distance. I didn't see a close-up, so it's normal. I thought it was Dembele.
I saw from a distance as well.
Yeah,
when it was a close-up, we could obviously see it.
Yeah, then you could see. But from a distance, you wouldn't expect Nuno to be in that position. That's why.
And that finish, he just shocked everyone.
Exactly.
Full time, by the way. PSG 3, Aston Villa 1.
Wow. Rono says PSG are cooking now with a young, fresh team as well with no superstars. Well, yeah, no on-paper superstars like Messi, Neymar, Mbappe, that type. It's crazy. I think tonight we might have seen.
Just attacking masterclass today
I
from
think tonight.
Barcelona and PSG.
I think tonight we saw the two Champions League finalists. What do you guys think? I'm gonna put it out there. I think we saw the two Champions League finalists tonight.
Let us know down below. I would love to see that match. That's a neutral's dream.
What do you think? Do you think that's what we're gonna see?
I think that's what we're likely going to see, but I've noticed Champions League doesn't follow the script. There's always twists and turns, you know. But if in terms of favourites, they're the two favourites to be the finalists.
In a final, I would go Barca to win it.
I'm going to play devil's advocate. I think PSG would win it.
It's impossible to predict. Impossible. Go12 says, Leo, the French finally got the revenge versus Martinez. Nah. We want to do it at the international level, not club level. Because most French people outside of Paris don't like PSG. So, especially Marseille, because of the rivalry.
Yeah, that's a big rivalry.
Ray says PSG is going to win it all. They completely dominated Aston Villa.
They did. Villa done well to stay in it, but like 2-1 would have been so nice for them. You know, they're devastated with that third goal being conceded.
Imagine the traveling Villa fans.
They're going to be thinking about that on their way back. For sure.
All right, guys, before we finish off tonight, we're going to play one more bingo because we're all bingo addicts in the building.
Come on then. Let's do it.
And guys, for those of you...
wins, guys.
Oh, we need to. Wins. And guys, for those of you that haven't checked out Mert's channel, please go subscribe in the description. I left the link there. And you guys gotta check out.
I'm on 10 subscribers. I literally made my YouTube channel literally a couple days ago. So,
go show that love, guys.
Would mean a lot.
I'm sending the link right now.
I appreciate that. I'm active on it. I'm doing like daily videos on there as well. So it's a new venture. Any support would be appreciated. Because I can't do TikTok and not do YouTube as well. It doesn't make sense. You know?
Exactly. That's the beauty in this day and age. You can post everywhere.
Exactly.
Mohamed Salah. Mohamed Salah. I'm so happy looking back on the news.
I've commented in the comments just if it's easy for people to see my page.
Love it.
Okay, let's go.
The new Liverpool shoe. Yeah, I did see a little bit of the new Liverpool shoe, but I'm less into that kind of thing. Did you see, Mert, the new shoe?
I did see it. It doesn't very nice. Very expensive, but it looks nice. Definitely looks nice for sure.
It's a Nike Air Max 95 is what it's called.
Speaking of Liverpool merch, correct me if I'm wrong, Leo. Are you wearing the 2005 tracksuit right now?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I love that one.
That's a very nice one.
All black. Dane is in the building. Nice to see you, brother. Dane is between boarding school and whenever is usually in boarding school. So whenever he's in the building, we know he's back from the boarding school.
Oh wow! What? Does boarding school you're not allowed internet?
Yeah, I don't think you're allowed to have your phone, right, Dane?
Wow.
I don't think you're allowed to have your phone.
Jubei said I subbed. Thank you, bro.
We got a Reading fan in the building. We talked about Reading yesterday too, because I watched the Arsenal game with my friend Max, who's an Arsenal fan, and I asked him if it was the greatest night for him that he can remember, like watching Arsenal in terms of memory, and
Has to be.
he actually said it was the win against Reading because
Oh, what?
yeah, because like it was a crazy comeback against Reading
That
back
was
in
when Walcott
2012.
scored and it was like
Yeah,
7-1.
7-5 was the final score.
Oh
Five.
my God.
And yeah, and they came back and everything. Why permanently banned De Liora? All right, let's get it started. You guys ready?
Let's go.
All right.
Come on, let's try help each other out as much as we can, and let's get the win, hopefully. Daniel Rugani. That is Italy. I want to say. Emre Can. That is Germany. Emi Martinez. On anything here? Christian Panucci.
No, I wasn't paying attention. Wait, De Liora, who are you? Are you talking? Oh, I thought you were talking about me, De Liora. I was so confused there.
Why?
Okay,
What
that's
happened?
no. I don't like with the use of name. Okay,
Oh,
Mario
right.
Balotelli. Oh, I missed. Ruud Gullit won the Ballon d'Or, right? Yeah,
I want to say so.
yeah.
It's difficult. Panucci.
Gattuso unfortunately won the World Cup in 2006. That one hurt. Hurt a whole lot. Cafu, legend of the game. But did he ever win the Europa League? I can't remember. I don't think so. Ooh, Roberto Baggio.
Mandzukic.
Oh, I got Mandzukic too. Did he ever play for Benfica? Thanks.
Not of memory. Pepe Reina. Milan and Liverpool.
Tomori.
I'm on Tomori.
Did he ever win the Europa League? No.
Dennis Bergkamp. Did Bergkamp win the Golden Boot?
Nah.
Adebayor. Adebayor played with Fabregas. I'm going to say yes.
Really?
I'm going for
That's
it.
a bit risky.
It is very risky. It is
Damn, you're taking risks early on in the game.
true. Why am I doing that, man? That's the inexperience coming in. Manuel Abue. See, he played with Fabregas. God's sake. I should have waited. Daniel Maldini. Was he managed by Conte? I don't know. SEN.
Oh, I'm not getting this. No way.
Weyer.
No! No! How did I miss? Oh, God. Didn't Amrabat play for Benfica? I am basically sure. Basically sure. Fabian Ruiz. Ashley Young. Everton. There we go. Van de Beek.
Ruiz played for Napoli. Okay.
Lucas Moura. Ashraf Hakimi.
Bloody hell, this tough. Van de Beek.
Good night, Sunday LFC. See you soon. Adrien Rabiot.
Lucas Moura. Hakimi.
Ramirez. Wow, that's a throwback.
Yeah. It's not looking likely for me,
Me
Leo.
either. I'm not. It's really not looking good.
There's a lot of risk from my side. Okay, let's see what the damage is. 4 wrong. 4 wrong, but I'm first in the leaderboard so far. Hold on, did you get 4 wrong as well?
I got 4 wrong.
Yeah.
No. Oh, how is it so hard? Are you kidding me?
How me and you top 2 with 4 wrong? Guys, that means we're all just not up to scratch.
That's crazy. I think you're still top because you did it fastest. Damn, bro. No.
It's like we're so close yet so far.
I would say we're so far. I'm not being optimist there.
But normally someone in the chat clutches up as well. Guys, is this all we've got? So clearly we won then, Leo. Me and you first and second.
Yeah, but we shouldn't be proud. It just shows that it's freaking hard. It shows that it's freaking hard. Big up Ultimate Football who says, I'm so happy because Barca won, right? Yeah, because Barca won.
So I'm assuming he's a Barcelona fan, Ultimate Football.
Damn. Guys, we will be back. We will be back with a football bingo. And, but yeah, I want everybody to thank Mert for coming onto the channel and having the first ever multi-watch. That's what we can say, multi-watch. And, yeah, bro. Today is going to be a double day we'll remember with the Mohamed Salah and Virgil news too.
For sure. And we saw 2 brilliant attacks from 2 separate teams. Hopefully our attack can get to that level next season. We've got Salah, got the likes of Gakpo in his day. Can we get a proper number 9 to fit the mold so we can start celebrating like we did when we saw the Doués, the Rafinhas do their thing? Let's see.
Absolutely. It's going to be so exciting to watch. Oh, yes, Ultimate Football. Congratulations. But yeah, big up, everybody. Thank you all for supporting and sharing that night with us. And